Yeah, welcome back to Malarkey Sports. It's D-Terrell 217 on the left of your screen. Black Haven Mon looking like a photo in the middle. And Mike
Looking like
on
D
the
Terrell. Looking like D
right.
Terrell, baby.
Y'all know what y'all tuned into, man. We got a whole lot to cover tonight. So y'all make sure.
Oh, you just not gonna mention me, bro?
I said Mike Benson on the right.
Nah, I hear you say Mike Benson
You
on
heard
the
me say
right.
Mike Benson.
Man,
Everybody heard me say Mike Benson.
I heard you say Mon, and
I
then
said
you
Black
got
Haven
into
Mon in
look.
the middle looking like nothing. And Mike Benson on the right. Hey, man, y'all know what this is.
Cut the Malarkey Sports.
Yeah, we in here. We appreciate y'all tuning in. You know what's up, man. But can we start off with the obvious news? The trade that just happened. Jimmy Butler to the Warriors.
Crazy.
Jimmy Butler
Crazy.
to the Warriors.
They just penciled in a
What's happening?
top spot. What's
You
going
think they at
down?
the top because they got Jimmy now?
Man, look, they fixing to start winning some games and jump up at least about like five or six. Well, it depends. They can jump up higher if the Rockets keep backsliding the way they've been.
We say backsliding like they sinning. Like they sinning. They need help. Pray for them.
Hey, dog.
Well,
We on the Butler trade. We on the Butler trade.
for
So
what they gave
who did the Warriors give up? Yeah, let's get into that.
They gave up Anthony Wiggins. They
Andrew.
shipped Dennis Schroeder to the Jazz. They sent Andrew to the Heat, and I think a first round pick. So it was a 3-team
Wait,
trade.
say that again. They sent Wiggins. Who else?
They sent Wiggins to the Heat. They sent Dennis Schroeder to the Jazz, and somebody else and a first round pick to the Heat. So the Heat only gave up Jimmy. They ain't give up nothing else.
Mm-hmm. Ain't give up nothing else.
Is that asking price high to you?
Yes. I wouldn't have gave up Andrew. I would have kept Wiggins.
So who you giving up? Yeah, they're gonna want something. Who you giving up?
Yeah, I feel like they got fleeced though. They already didn't have nothing.
What you think they're gonna do? They're gonna give up Draymond? I'm gonna give you Draymond Green.
Steph ain't having it. Steph ain't having it.
That's his. That's his protection. That's his bodyguard. Nah, Steph ain't gonna let his bodyguard.
I mean, but the kind of player that Jimmy is, though. You think you still need a Draymond?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. You need an enforcer.
Yeah, and don't nobody set up Steph like Draymond. You know what I mean? So.
True.
Why you got this Jerry Curl Ice Cube picture back when he was like, I don't know, was he?
That's weird, bro. Something wrong with him.
That's actually not Ice Cube. That's D Terrell in 2007.
Shut up, dog. Derek, that's you?
No, bro.
Derek, don't
No.
lie. Nah,
that don't even look like me, bro.
Nah, but for real though, that's you.
No.
I don't know, dog. Now that I'm looking at it,
you know what it was? It was the fact that you got on that Titans picture that he had, so he changed it because you hurt his feelings. That's what happened.
No, that's not what happened.
Man, who is that, bro? Because it looked like Ice Cube, but now you saying it's Derek.
You can Google it. That's Ice. That's a photo of Ice Cube in the yearbook, like when he was.
But you know what though? I don't know, bro. You be having them eyebrows like Ice Cube too, so you know what I'm saying? Like I can see it. No Diddy.
What happened? What? What are we talking?
I don't know. I can see that being you, bro. I can see that being you. I can see that being
Warriors.
You.
We're talking about Jimmy to the Warriors. Y'all talking about a photo of Ice Cube. Something's wrong with y'all.
Or is it a photo of Derek?
No.
I don't know.
but
See, now you got me
but like
thinking,
With the
dog.
Warriors.
but like Mike
Nah,
said,
I
I
know it's
don't
like
think that it's gonna make a like people feel like this gonna make a significant like move the needle for them. I don't think so. 5 jumps, no. I think it gets them into a certified probably 8 seed, maybe into the
no,
play in, because
nah.
they
They
right on the
they
brink of not being in the playoffs at all.
They're in the
So
10th spot right now.
exactly. So you had Butler, bro. They're gonna start winning some more
yeah,
games.
so and they fighting
They're
for
gonna
that. That
nah. They gonna they will. I'm telling you,
I don't
this
know,
is
bro.
that time of season where teams start slipping. Right. We see it with the
Yeah.
Rockets. It could happen with Memphis. It could happen with the top teams. They can
Hey,
start
hey, hey,
losing
hey,
games.
hey, hey,
I'm just
hey,
saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Keeping it real, dog. Cutting the malarkey. You know what I'm saying?
hey, man.
A
No,
lot of
no, you spread negative energy over here.
nah. I'm just keeping it real. This is that time of season when teams got to watch out because they start backsliding, and the top teams
Why are
always
you going
start,
back to like
losing games, right? And thinking like certain games ain't gonna matter and shit, and then that shit comes to bite them in the end of the ass at the end of the season, and the rankings are looking a lot different. So
Okay. So
I can see the Warriors getting up there to around. Okay, you know what? I'll call a
7
happy medium with you. Yeah, seven,
to
seven. I
7.
call a happy.
You know
Yeah,
why
I
I
can.
call
yeah,
7? Because that's
I call a
exactly what
happy
the Heat
medium.
are. They're 500. They're at 7. They're 24 and 24. The Warriors are in the 10th spot. They only down one game, but I mean that 10
the
to 7
Suns are right
range,
there.
bro. That 10 to 7 range is tight. Like everybody is on the same
Bubble.
level,
Yep.
and they're not horrible teams. You have
Mm-mm.
the Timberwolves, the Kings, the Suns, and then the Warriors, all within that little range from 7 to 10. All of them been playing good basketball. It's just they all been playing good basketball. The Lakers been on a winning streak lately. I think it's what 5 games now.
Yeah, about 5 games. They like
So
4, right? They
they're at
4 in the
number
West,
5.
5 in the
They're
West.
right behind the
Okay.
Nuggets. So I don't see the Warriors right now jumping up to 5. Not this quickly. Maybe later in the year. Maybe.
Yeah,
But
well, that's what I'm saying. Like you're in the beginning part of this season where teams start. You got to watch them because they start slipping.
facts. Especially after the playoffs. We'll find out after the playoffs. Nothing is going to be
You mean
great.
after All Star?
All-Star, yeah, after All-Star. After
Yeah.
All-Star, then you'll see what's happening.
Yeah.
But as of right now, he
Butler
probably gonna
trade,
get
huge.
there. I don't. He might not even play right now. He might get there, try to get adjusted, and then All-Star is gonna happen, and then he comes back.
You see, we'll see. I mean, he
I
might
can see
want to
that.
start
Cause
working with
but
with Green and Curry just to get their chemistry right.
Yeah, true.
But let's be real though. This is a big shakeup. Butler in the West now. That's a big shakeup, bro. And he's with the Warriors, a team that could be a contender. That's yeah. This is what I was afraid of. This is why I wanted the Rockets to act
are they
on that so
scary
quickly.
though?
But
Are they scary?
who? The Rockets?
The Warriors,
Are
like,
are you talking about are
because
the
you got to think
Warriors
about the
scary?
other trades
No,
that
I'm not
didn't
gonna
happen.
say no. They're not. We
Yeah,
don't know just yet if they're scary or not. But on paper, they're contenders at
On
this point.
paper. On
On
paper.
paper, they're
What else?
they're contenders at this
A
point.
great team on paper.
Yeah,
The Phoenix Suns. Another great team that was on paper historically was the Brooklyn Nets with that same Kevin Durant, James Harden, and
yeah,
Kyrie Irving lineup. Great on
yeah.
paper,
But
but
they
we know how
didn't.
that worked out.
Well, let's be real. If KD's toes not on that line, then we might be singing a different story as
Would
to
we
yeah,
would be
fact.
saying Kevin Durant showed up.
shit. They would have beat Milwaukee, bro, and then they probably would have went and won the championship.
Yeah, off the back of Kevin. James Harden was a no-show.
Nah, Harden. No.
Harden was a no-show.
Harden was not a no-show, bro. Harden was not a no-show. He was definitely getting his
He was a
assists.
facilitator. Yeah, he was a
Exactly.
facilitator,
They wanted him to be a facilitator, and he played the facilitator role perfectly.
Yes.
perfectly.
I
around for the
argued with
person
that
y'all was
man
trying to
up
lie
and
to.
down around
Nope.
that
I
time
can't find
and
him.
told him that's what
Man,
they
I
told him
can't
to do.
find him.
look, yeah, I don't care what you believe. I know what I seen, and I know what everybody else seen. Now, of course, you're gonna
No,
always have them hardened haters, people who want to
Harden
hate on
haters.
Harden,
I'm
the
just calling
hardened
it for
Got
haters.
what
to the
it
left.
is.
You know what I'm saying?
Got to the left.
And of course they're gonna start that bullshit of Harden wasn't doing nothing when it was told to him and put out there by the coach that Harden was to be a facilitator between KD and what's his name? What's his name?
Kyrie.
Yes.
Kyrie faced injury, so he was a forced no show.
Well, that and the band too. Remember that's when he came out. He said
Yeah, that did happen around
something
that
about
same time. But that was
yeah.
actually the following year. That was the following year.
Was that?
The
I thought
following,
that was that year.
following year.
I
That's when
did.
they all started getting traded.
Okay. All right.
When they all started getting traded. That was the following year. But still, you might have been asked to be the facilitator, but you could see clearly what your team needed. You could have pulled a Kyle Kuzma, got yourself some buckets anyway.
Man, look, he going off in this Harden hate. Now we supposed to be talking about
I'm just saying. I'm
the
just
Butler
saying.
trade. But if we want to shift gears, let's talk
Okay,
about
hey,
this
so
mother.
oh, my bad. Go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
was just saying, let's talk about that motherfucking Luka Doncic trade and
Yeah, because we did just get this
Anthony Davis.
little gem down here. LeBron and the Lakers not making it. That now that's LeBron, Luka, and the Lakers that ain't gonna make it. So let's talk about this. Talk about this Lakers team
So hey,
and how,
look,
in
bro.
my
Oh,
opinion,
my bad. Go ahead.
the Mavericks got fleeced.
Bruh. That
I
was the
don't agree
most.
with you.
I said it was my opinion. I don't. Hold on. Where's my button? Where's my button? I don't give a what you think.
Hey, look, that shit
Hey,
was
silly.
so shocking. Now everybody else wanted to be like, "Oh, LeBron was in on it." No, there were literally reports of LeBron at dinner finding out the same time KD found out while he was sitting in a bench on the late game. The same time we all found out. Like that shit was such an underhanded business move. And I'm not gonna lie. Of course, we all seen it in real time. An organization find any excuse they could to keep from paying a max contract. Because let's keep it real. Had the Mavericks won the series, they wouldn't have got rid of Luca. Luca would have been off the table.
Yep, that's true.
Luca would have been off the table. But the fact that they didn't, and it's not like they're just a. I can't. What ranking are they right now?
Who the Lakers?
The
No,
Mavericks.
the Mavericks.
The
Mavericks
Mavs
are like
are number 11, right behind the
Yeah.
Warriors.
Yeah, exactly. So this season they really haven't been the same team that they were last season.
They're
They just
500. They're just 11.
but they weren't the same team that they were last season when they were pretty damn scary. It looked like they were scary. They were fool's gold is what it was.
They got rid of
They got rid of a
important
big
piece of the
possibility of a contract is what they did. Because they didn't want to pay the max. That's
I'm talking
really
about
what
why
it
they
came
not
down
the same team from last year, because everybody knew that they had a guy off the bench that was coming in and giving you buckets. Now, it wasn't until the end of the season that he started to no-show them, but I mean, other players could have stepped up and filled their role. It was just, Tim Hardaway Jr. was they off the bench bucket getter. He had a bad end of the year. Things shook up how they did, but then they got rid of him. You got rid of him. It's not going to be the same team.
I was gonna say with the Lakers and the Mavericks trade, I feel like I think that the trade is to help the Mavs now because as reports come out, Kyrie and AD been want to play together since 2018. So they want to play
it's a
together.
move
So
that really it helps both
strategy.
teams out right now. But it's if that we know this the chemistry more than likely will work with AD and Kyrie than will work with Luka and LeBron. But we don't know.
They need more. They need shooters. They need perimeter defense. They need big men. They need all that. You know what I mean?
Well, they're getting Dwight Howard back. Supposedly, I thought that's what I heard in the room.
Man, he been asking to come
Nah,
back
it
for the
may-
last 3 years. That ain't happening.
But no, supposedly Lakers were serious about bringing it back.
in. If that was the case, you should have brought him back in while you had AD at the beginning of the
AD,
season when you were struggling.
Facts.
And you would not have needed a trade, honestly. Shake up your lineup. AD can go back to his natural position, and he could shine. You got a
Shit, now you
an
got 2 big
NBA
men.
all-time great rebounder. What more do you need? I mean, you do need shooting, but other than that, you needed a big man all year.
Right.
To get him now, it's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, you know, everybody's making a push because the Rockets were looking very scary. You know, a lot of and very entertaining, should I say? So scary to the fact that a certain team ended up winning instead of getting their ass swept and had rafters coming off the roof last week. I mean, who's not? I'm sorry, not y'all had streamers. Y'all had streamers coming from the rafters
after every win. It's not just
man. Get out of
always
here!
have
Y'all act
streamers.
like y'all won the
We
damn
always have
finals
streamers.
don't
against
feel
us.
that special. We do that every game.
Just because of the fact that we didn't sweep y'all, I'm glad y'all won a game. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad.
But like I said last week, sweeps only matter in baseball and when you clean in your kitchen.
But
I slept.
I gotta shift gears here towards the Rockets, my guy, because you know what I'm saying. They just played the Brooklyn Nets, a 17-33 team at the time, and what once looked like a pretty much closeout win was not, and even in the final few seconds,
Here we go.
I'm sorry, and I really, really, really hate to say it, but Dylan Brooks fucked the Rockets off in the last few seconds. Point blank, missed the pass. I don't care what y'all have to say. Could have called a timeout. Guess who did call a timeout against the Rockets just in that same scenario? The Memphis Grizzlies. And what happened to y'all in the third game of the season against us? Y'all lost because of that bullshit, didn't y'all? For calling a timeout in the very few seconds of the damn game when y'all could have just let that bad boy. But back to getting on Dylan. Dylan didn't show any sign of urgency in the last few seconds. Not just going to talk about the pass. Let's get on the layup that he clearly let happen.
Talk about the
Clearly,
pass.
no. But let's back it up. Let's back it up a few more seconds on that layup that Brooklyn got that he clearly allowed to happen. Did not come down. He was there in the lane. And just let it happen. Fuck that. He let it happen, bro.
You know
Period.
what?
He's there in
that one. He wasn't guarding anybody. I watched that video.
and he was in the lane, bro. He let that shit slide. Hey, you giving me the next one on the damn pass. Because here's the thing. Now, here's the thing. First of all, you had Amen who's giving the ball on the inbound, right? All right. So Green roll. If you look at it, Green rolled down to the corner, basically giving him the option to pass with a fear. What's his name? The snitch wasn't on Green. He was looking back at Dylan, but he wasn't on Dylan. Okay, Dylan.
I just caught who you was talking about. My bad. That's on me.
The snitch from what's his name? Yeah, D'Angelo. He the snitch, bro. He always gonna be the snitch, dog.
The snitch.
He ain't never living that one down. But nah, he wasn't looking at Green. So
random snitch. I'm gonna call him snitch.
If Dylan hadn't rushed up to Amen and called for the damn ball, maybe Amen would have gave it to Green. But here's even proof more that he did not even fight for the ball. The ball was right there off his fucking fingertips, and he didn't even dive for it. You're in the last few seconds of the game. You look, dive for the ball. They'll call a timeout automatically. You can reset. Miss a shot, doesn't matter. Clock over. Rockets win by 1 point. But no, that shit did not fucking happen. I don't care what people were trying to argue. Well, I'm saying he should have called a timeout. Dog, you could call a timeout. You could put the ball on that side of the court. You could put the ball held up underneath the fucking basket. With the type of fucking urgency Dylan Brooks gave you, you're not going to get a different result out of that shit. It's going to be the same way. And this is what I'm so
no
sick and
blame
fucking
goes to
tired.
Amen. So
On
no
what?
blame goes to Amen
How
at
you
all.
gonna blame? How you gonna?
On
so I can
throwing
say
the
it.
ball away.
I was gonna
On
say
throwing
it.
the
He
ball
didn't
away.
throw the ball away. He threw the ball in the vicinity to Dylan, who called for the
Oh,
damn
he threw it in
ball.
the vicinity.
Man,
Okay, but he had the control over the ball, right? He had control of the
Bruh.
ball, which he passed
Bruh.
the ball. He's his own man who makes decisions. He decided to
Dog.
do that.
You know
He
what?
chose
You
that,
could
boy.
you could say you
He
could say
chose
that. You can say, hey, Dylan called for the ball. Green was right there in the corner.
Let me
Yes,
say
he
something.
should have thrown it to Green, but he threw it to the person that called for the dead ball. The one everybody likes to get up here and defend is a great damn player.
Okay.
Ain't worth $20
Now-
million a goddamn year. He is not.
We streaming on so many platforms. You know, a certain platform will take it down.
Oh shit! All right.
You know, if I
Well,
play the video, so I can't.
We
play
cutting the malarkey though. You
still
know what I'm
image.
saying?
But I gotta tell you this, bro. I gotta tell you what. I gotta tell you like it is.
No,
The
you
person
just,
that had control over the ball was Eamon Thompson.
you
Dylan
just trying
never
to.
called for the ball.
Nope.
He tried to present himself, but he never called for
We're
it.
not doing that. We're not
And
doing
we-
that.
look,
He
look,
did call for it.
when we go
Who's
back,
closer?
to the video,
Who's closer to the ball? Is it Dylan who moves in to get the pass, or is it Green in the corner?
in himself, but he never called for it. Eamon,
Dude,
instead of
stop.
passing it to his chest, he bounce passes it 3 feet away from Dylan. Now, Dylan could have dove for that ball. He could have. I'll give you that.
He didn't get 3 feet.
The
You ain't
person-
got the angle to show 3 feet.
The person with imminent control of the ball was Eamon Thompson. He should not have passed that ball like that. He overthrew it.
Bruh, he did not overthrow it. He threw it to a point where Dylan was supposed to come off of his man and go get it. A sense of urgency. This is the last few seconds of the game. You're up by a point. You calling for the damn ball. Go get the damn ball. Fucking fall on the ball. Kick the fucking ball for all I care. But do not give them a chance to get the fucking ball and do what they did. And that's what he does. This is not the first time Dylan has put us in a bad position. But nobody wants to talk about the shit. Everybody just wants to point out when the motherfucker scores 25 plus points in a game.
That 3-point shot initially should never have happened. It was wide open, and Tate did not close out.
Okay, I give you that.
I've been in that
I give
position.
you that. I give you that. But wait a minute. Let's take it back further before the 3-point shot with the layup. Who did not do what they should have done while they were standing in the fucking lane doing la la land and twiddly links with their thumb?
Let's keep it 100. If Dylan were to step in to help on that, you know they were gonna go to the free throw line, right? Like
Okay.
Go to the free throw line.
So make him shoot too. Maybe he misses one. That's a better position than hitting the for sure too.
I give you that one. He could have helped because when I watched that video back, Dylan was guarding nobody. He was
Nobody.
on the ball by
He's in
himself.
fucking space right there, right there. Now, literally, all he would have had to do was jump up, and he probably would have got one of the cleanest blocks ever in his life in the NBA. That's all he had to do. He was right there.
He can get up, but he can't get up. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But if you look at it again, where old boy jumps from and where he's standing, he has a better chance in getting up and blocking that shot before old boy really gets into the arc of his jump for that layup. I'm telling you, he shows no urgency in the very end of the game. No, did he? I'm talking about you. Talking about laying off. Whoa.
I said he would have been better trying to cut the lane off. Come on, bro. Keep your head in the game.
Hey, well, I'm not here to judge, dog. It's 2025 now. You know what I'm saying? Let it out if you must. But anyway, back to Brooks giving up ass and shit in the Rockets game. He shows no sense of urgency. None. Like, we get in the last few seconds, and if he's not in the position to shoot where he thinks he can save the day, and you know what I'm saying, he's showing no sense of urgency on defense. He's not this great defender that everybody's propped him up to be whatsoever. He will not get any defensive honors this year. He's not on track to getting any unless he comes within these next few months and has a breakout fucking season in rebounds and blocks and steals. I don't see it happening. He is an overrated player who we should have gotten rid of to get Jimmy Butler, and we could have sold our
The
motherfucking
Heat was
ticket
gonna take him.
and punched it to the goddamn NBA Finals this year. Butler would have been the catalyst to bring the Rockets into the next realm of superior type basketball play. Again, you know what? We're not getting
What
it.
was y'all
We
doing
just
before he
ain't
got there,
getting
though, Mike? That's a real question.
it.
What
Bruh,
was y'all
that's
doing?
look.
What was y'all
Okay,
doing
look.
before he got signed?
Before he got signed, that was our
Okay, let
rebuilding
me ask a
process.
Winning.
No,
question.
no, no. I'm giving it to you. I'm giving it to you. We was in our rebuilding process before he got there for a few seasons. But everybody likes to forget at the end of the last season before he got there, the 22-23 season, uh, when the Rockets in the very tail end of the season started figuring out their identities. Before he got there and were winning games. They forget this. We went on a stretch of wins. Yeah, it was a losing season, but they went on a stretching wins in the latter part of the season that really showed who those young kids were going to be. All right. And so then you come with the Dylan Brooks signing. Oh, Dylan Brooks is a great defender. He's gonna blah 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 bring the rock. Okay. Well, the Rockets got into the
Blah,
fucking
blah,
top four.
blah.
Yeah, that's all it's always been because the Rockets got into the top four last season in 23-24 season. They got into the top four. All right. And guess what happened? Around this time, they started backsliding and they started losing games.
Everybody a backslider. Like what's going on?
Man, because it happens, bro, especially with the Rockets. It's just like they just start like they got no sense in basketball like you. They start backsliding, literally. And just to be point blank, looking at how it was, because I looked at Dylan's stats when he was with y'all. This is why I always get sick and tired of y'all trying to bullshit me. Because I looked at his shit and he has a pattern that he built up at Memphis. And he has a same pattern that he built up in Memphis that he's been playing here. All right. And it's he ain't gonna get us in the finals. It's gonna take superb play from Sengun, Green, Van Fleet, Amen Thompson, Cam Whitmore, you know, uh, Adams. It's gonna literally take supreme play for all these guys
Hey, to
to
be real
bring
though,
along
to be real though, y'all
Dylan
still
Brooks
not
if
there.
we have a chance to get there.
Did you say they skill ain't there?
Y'all still got 2 years, man. At least 2 years. No, I'm saying they still not there yet. They still, to me, got another year or two. They just
What?
too young right now.
Dude,
Like I can
chill
see them
out,
probably
bro.
getting out the first.
Chill
I'm just saying,
out.
in my
Get them
opinion.
going to the
Hey,
playoffs,
hey,
but
I'm being for
go ahead.
real.
Go ahead.
Dog,
I I can see them making a couple little noise, but I don't see them going. I don't even see them getting into the conference final. To be real, and
I
that ain't
mean,
me hating because they're a great team. They are a great team. They just too
if
young right
if we
now.
would have
They're
got that trade,
inexperienced.
it more than likely was gonna happen. It could still happen. I'm sorry, bro. Like y'all ain't you're a Memphis fan trying to like talk that bullshit. And we like, what was the record this season? 3-1.
I'm
That's right.
not.
All right.
It's
And
real.
what were we? Number two on the ranking? Okay, all
Now
right.
y'all two
So
games
No, now what you
behind.
are?
you
Three.
know what I mean?
You three
What are
now,
you
right?
talking about?
No, but you
Hey,
three now, right?
hey, it don't matter. Where y'all at though? Where
Two.
y'all at?
Two.
You know what?
And you're
You know
two
what? It
games.
don't matter though. That shit can switch off. That shit can switch off. It don't matter because we still own y'all in the series this season, and we have proven that we are that type of team that can go to the Western Conference Final, even with Brooks. Brooks will only hurt us though. That's all I'm gonna get into at this point. After seeing that shit last night, he's got no sense of urgency. And I've been saying it from the get-go, but that last night really proved it within those last few plays and last few seconds of the game. The dude has no sense of fucking urgency when you need it.
Okay, I wanted to ask you guys, getting off the Rockets, because the Rockets gonna be all right. I want to know between all the
What you
activity that's
laughing at?
happened over
What
the last
what
couple of
hold on,
years,
hold on, hold on. What
which
Derek over here
team do
laughing?
you see?
Derek over here laughing. What you
Which
laughing at,
team do you
homeboy?
see
Nah,
making
nah, nah,
a big
nah.
jump?
We got some jokes in the comments or something. What we got going on? Because I see you laughing at something. Dog, it's written all over your face, bro. You can't help it.
The trash can image here. You didn't see the trash can image?
What? Nah.
Bottom of the screen.
Let me see. Bottom. Nah, I don't see no trash can image.
It's okay. It's all right. What were you asking, Black Haven?
I was
Yeah, go
asking
ahead.
between all the trades we've seen from De'Aaron Fox going to the Spurs, Zach
Spurs.
LaVine and Jonas Valanciunas going to the Kings, from Kyle Kuzma going up there to Milwaukee, the Luka going to LA, and AD going to the Mavs. Which one of these trades do you think will make their team significantly better and help them make that push to where they're trying to be?
Well, the Spurs are they're nowhere near. Are they? Where they at in the rank?
The
They got
Spurs. They're number 12.
yeah. I
They're
mean,
like
that's gonna help them. I
13.
think that helps them
Little bit
Oh,
more.
significantly, but I don't know at this point in the season.
I think it helps them a lot because it picks
Playing,
up the pace. You have another great guard, great passer, great scorer. So I think it helps them a lot.
Yeah, but they
We'll
still
have to
might
see
beat
with
it
the
up as a
Spurs.
playing team.
They're kind of like play-in material right now. As
Yeah.
far as the Mavericks
Mm.
versus the trade for Luka to the Lakers, I think the Mavericks come out with a win now type of team. You have playoff experience, deep playoff experience. They get the scoring big that they
rings.
needed or that they thought they were getting out of Christian Wood a couple years ago. You still have Daniel Gafford, which they had on the trade market for a while that nobody bit. So I think they come out looking good. I think the Lakers are building for the future more than they are building for today.
Yeah.
You got a centerpiece around Luka that is going to take over and be the superstar for your team for the next umpteen years or however long you decide to keep him there, unless you feel like this guy in Dallas that just woke up one day and was like, I feel risky. I feel like losing my job today. Like
Dog, the biggest nuts on
Look at
this
it.
guy.
I feel
Nico
like losing
Harrison.
my job today.
Nico Harrison, boy, you got some big balls, brother.
Brother, you already
No
fumbled.
diddy.
You fumbled Steph Curry at Nike. You
Dog,
make it to the NBA as a GM and you fumble Luka?
dog. Like, so many people are still pissed about that in Dallas. And
Oh,
in
dude, they
Houston
calling for him
Magic
to resign or be fired. They calling for the team to be sold. Oh yeah, bro. Oh yeah. Now they
just
say
warms
Max
my heart.
Christian,
Just
but
warms my heart.
Game.
Hey, out of all of them, I like the Kings. I like the moves that the Kings are making. They got a complete team.
I think the Kings just became the Bulls over they're the today version of the Bulls from the last 2 years. What was the point? Like we seen these
basically.
guys before. New jerseys. What is this? Like, what are you doing? You put them back together. They didn't work well together. Did nobody forget? Like we forgot. They gonna all of a sudden work better together because they in Sacramento.
Coaching's different.
Yeah, the coaching is different, but you know,
Maybe it'll get them to work together. Hopefully. I hear what Mon's saying though, because that's what I kind of thought about too. I was like, the Kings do seem like a complete team on paper now, but
who's your starting point guard now? Because didn't they end up with Trey Jones?
man, I'm gonna be very interesting to see who they do start at point
Who's
guard.
running your offense? You have DeMar DeRozan and you have Zach LaVine. You got rid of your starting ball handler. And then you have another scorer coming off the bench in Malik Monk. He was your bench scorer.
Yeah, but
So you think he's gonna run the offense now?
Well, they got quite a few people that can rotate.
They got scorers. Who's your point guard?
I mean, shit, tried to run Dylan at the point guard, and we see how that goes for the Rockets.
That's y'all fault. Now I could have told you, don't do that. Don't you ever. He learned that quickly, didn't he? He was like,
You see how
The
that goes.
Grizzlies would never.
nah.
The Grizzlies
No,
would
we
never.
did it. We did it, and we found out just like you did. Some things just better left untouched. Leave it, let it be. Let it be. You stand in the corner? Yeah, you stand right over there. That's what you do. You stand right over there.
Then
You gonna bring the
let
ball
your hair
up.
down.
Yeah. Why you
Shit,
bring?
you want to talk about some Super Bowl shit?
Yeah, let's get into it, bro. So obviously we talked about the
Oh,
Super Bowl, but
yeah.
we did not provide our predictions, our picks, and our parlays. If y'all don't mind, I'm gonna go ahead and spit mine out real quick. I'm gonna peruse the apps, and I'm putting all my money on how many times they show Taylor Swift on TV. I'm telling you, it's gonna be at least 12. It was 11 last year. It's got to be 12 this year. That's my parlay.
12 times
say
to see
15.
Taylor
12
Swift on
times
TV.
for Tay-Tay.
15. You know what? I'm gonna say 20.
Ooh, 20 kind of up there. That's like
Doubt.
20 is
20.
like you getting free real estate at this point.
20
20?
times. I say 20 times.
Mm.
Yep. But she's
Okay.
been everywhere. They show her so many times at the Grammys. Like, I'm
Now,
kinda
but
getting
where are
fatigued
we?
now.
Are we talking about? Are we
Come
talking
on, bro.
about like
Show
the
her about
pregame
8, 9
too, right?
times in a
Like
row.
when they
Game time only. That's all I'm not pregame. Nah, bro. I'll even take a bet on who's sitting next to her this year. I don't think it's gonna be Ice Spice.
Who do you think it's gonna be? Brittany Mahomes?
Mm,
Nah, I think
Nah.
she ain't been sitting next to her
It's
lately.
probably gonna be Glorilla. It's probably gonna be
That's what I
Glorilla.
was thinking. I was
Oh
thinking.
yeah, because Glorilla is a Philly fan.
No, she's a Steelers fan. I was
Thought she was a
thinking that,
Philly
Nah,
but
she a Pittsburgh fan.
Oh, okay.
that's just Steelers, yeah.
So who's the Philly fan?
Yeah, who is a Philly fan?
There's one of them female rappers. I thought it was Glorilla, but I guess not. There is a female rapper that's a Philly fan though.
I don't know. I don't know who's gonna sit next
We
to
got
her.
anybody in the chat that can help us out?
Yeah, let us know in the chat. If you're
What
on
female rapper is a Philly fan?
YouTube, Facebook, let us know. Where else we at tonight? Oh, just
We know Gilly. He ain't go. I wonder if she'll sit next to Gilly. Gilly a Philly fan.
Gilly the Kid.
Yeah, he big Philly fan, bro.
That makes sense.
He always be having the videos after they win and shit. Got Too Short in one of them because he made a Too Short song, the official winning song of the Eagles. I'm going for the Eagles.
You going to, now that we was about to get into that.
So
You going for the
you
Eagles?
going
I'm
for
going
the
for the Eagles.
I think the whole nation at this point going for the Eagles.
Yeah, because at this point, bro, Kansas City, come on, bro. You got to change your colors from red to black and white.
Dude, it's funny. Have you been catching? Have any of y'all been catching like any of the interviews that Mahomes or Kelsey did when they were asked about refs?
yeah,
I haven't seen those. He's struggling right now.
you not a villain.
Man, you struggling hard. Can you hear us, man?
I don't think he can. He cannot.
Yeah,
Goodbye. Yeah, bro. They got to change the colors from red to black and white. Their new slogan is a whistle.
You didn't catch none of them interviews though?
No, I haven't.
Bro, they've been reporters been hounding them about the refs, and like it's been hilarious because they're like, why do you guys want to shift all this attention on the referee like there's a conspiracy, blah blah blah. And then the NFL came out, made a statement that there's always different crews. It's like there could be different crews, but they all know that there's a headquarters in New York that they all have on the headset when the ultimate calls come down. So
yeah,
you know what I mean?
If they
Like,
make a bad call, it can get called out.
You could change the faces of the crews all you want to, but if you feel like throwing a call in there on purpose and that's coming from New York, then
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was just hilarious that I was just catching Derek up on the interviews of Travis Kelsey and Mahomes when they
Yeah,
were
yeah,
asked
yeah.
about the
About them
refereeing.
being villains.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
NFL putting out the official statement, and it's like nobody believes you at this point. NFL, Mahomes, Kelsey, Kansas City
Cause,
Chiefs
cause you,
fans,
Yeah. No,
people that
cause
work
you
in
wanna know
Kansas
why?
City,
I don't.
because the whole
You
world is
wanna
seeing the fucking cheating on every single stage,
and
on every single
and
game. We've
if
seen
you
it.
wanna go there, if you wanna go there, let's call it for what it is. LeBron get calls, Michael Jordan got calls, Kobe got calls, people in
This
baseball
is
get calls because they
this is
look at
this
them as
is
star
on a
players. They
whole
want them to
other.
win.
This is a whole other thing though,
Excuse me.
because they literally carry the
So
team into the
The
Super Bowl on
entire
calls.
year. Let's be honest.
The
Yeah.
entire year, the entire year, they carry the team into the Super Bowl the entire year, from the very preseason snap of the first game. Like they just gone up and beyond to keep the Chiefs alive, keep Mahomes going. And here's what I think. I think because everybody's going to put their money on KC, even though they want the Eagles to win, people are still going to put their money on KC.
Yeah.
I,
I
I
Same
mean,
don't
thing.
think they really have a.
they've
I
won
don't
the
think they
Super
really
Bowl.
have a
This is
chance.
the thing, though. This is the thing. You're right, and that's the thing. This is the biggest time for bookies to make money off y'all's ass, because if they're the ones throwing the calls, making the real calls to make calls, um, then they're gonna see for sure that Philadelphia wins, or at least has a fair shot to win. And what I mean by that is I look for KC because the NFL wants to obviously distort this image that they're not helping KC cheat.
Hmm.
They're going to throw flags on them in the very first two quarters. They're going to throw flags. Philadelphia is going to have to capitalize on it. Eagles got to fucking capitalize on this shit. If they do not, and they allow KC to still stay in the game or even take it over, then yeah, I think it will shift back to KC. But if in the final few seconds or the final few minutes it looks like Philadelphia can do something, I again expect the call, because at the end of the day, the bookies want to make a shit ton of money. And when you have this much money on KC, regardless if they're Chiefs fans, Eagles fans, fucking don't give a damn but they pay attention type fans, um, with all this type of money that you have on the line, somebody's got to fucking win a lot. And I see the
Yeah.
NFL and the bookies, Las Vegas basically, making their profit for the next couple of years off this game, because so
Well,
many people are gonna bet on it.
okay, you going with the we going with the bookies. I'm gonna go with what I see. The Eagles got a better team, bro. The only thing that the
Oh, of
Chiefs
course,
got
but
over the
that's
Eagles is their head coach and their defensive coordinator and Patrick Mahomes. Now, if
but
they
has it
can run
really
the
been an
ball
argument?
and you,
But Ma, has it really been an argument that there's the Chiefs have gone up against better teams the entire season?
oh
They've
yeah,
done
no,
that.
it's not an argument. No, ain't no argument with. I just feel like if we taking all that out, all the conspiracy and everything, they should win this game if they keep the ball in Saquon's hands. They offensive line continue being the best offensive line in football. The defense stepped it up at the end of the year. If they can keep Mahomes off the field and score and don't make mistakes, bro, they can win this game. They can win this game, bro.
They can win the game as long as they don't receive a shit ton of penalties, because they're gonna get their penalties.
Oh
They're
yeah,
gonna throw.
facts.
But what I'm feeling
So, what
like
do you
is
think
that,
is the key to this
huh?
winning for Philly?
The win in Philly, it's been the same key basically to beating KC, to trying to beat KC from the get go. That is, you stop their run, you jam their receivers up to where Mahomes has to force the pass down to Kelsey, and you put a spy on fucking Kelsey. You gotta put a fucking spy on Kelsey. You cannot have him running fucking free and Willie all through behind the linebacker core. And and eating you up when Mahomes needs saving grace. You can't not have that. If you're gonna lock down Mahomes receivers, you gotta fucking lock down Kelsey. I'm not saying you're gonna control him on the line of scrimmage, but shit, he's a big man. You hit him right as he's fucking catching that ball. He ain't gonna catch it. He ain't gonna catch it. He's not that type of agile big man to be able to adjust to the hit at the time that he's catching it. If you hit him at the right time, he's coughing that ball up every single time. He ain't catching it. And you got to put a fucking spot on Travis Kelsey. That basically forces Mahomes to throw, make a mistake, or keep the ball. And it's a sack. You
What
have to
about
get coverage sacks against Mahomes.
what's your key to this?
My key is to run Saquon, play stifling defense, and Jalen Hurts doing what he's been asked to do, and manage that game. Don't make mistakes, and bro, they gotta feed Saquon. I don't care if for the first 5 carries he only
They're
gets 10
gonna feed
yards.
Saquon.
You need
They're
to
gonna
feed
feed Saquon.
Saquon because you already stopped him from breaking the record. He need a ring. Get him a
No,
ring.
yeah, that's gonna happen. They're definitely gonna. They're in order for Jalen and his magic to work, they have to feed the ball to Saquon. That running game has to basically be fruitful against KC's defense, especially with the likes of what's his name? Is it Chris Jackson or
Chris Jones.
Chris Jones? Yeah, you got a bad boy like that on the line. You got to wear him down, and the best way to wear him down is a run game. That's the best way to wear out a defensive line. Run game.
I agree. That's gonna be my take. Run the ball. Run it.
That way they could just dump it off to their receivers all willy-nilly when Jalen Hurts feels like it, and he can get silly with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Boy can tear him up on the
Jalen
on
can
the
run the
run.
ball too.
Oh, that's what I was just fixing to say. He can tear him up on the run, you know.
Hey,
Uh,
and my advice is if you run it yourself, Jalen, pull a Patrick Mahomes once or twice.
Yeah, late slide.
Go down. fake a dive, like fake a slide once or twice. Keep them on their toes.
Yeah. Or do what it on the when you hit the sideline, pull up and then act like you're getting hit.
Yeah.
But they're gonna call a flag on him, bro.
Yeah, they would. But we want to see it though. That way we could be like, oh, so y'all
so
y'all do that for yeah.
You have that on primetime TV, Super Bowl. You throwing calls. You know what I'm saying? You throwing flags for Jalen Hurts doing the same thing that we've seen Patrick do all year.
Okay.
It'd be hard to come back from that, refs.
Hey, the NFL put out another statement that you know, there's no cheating involved with the refs and that they're not involved.
But why would the NFL say that? That's their product. They're gonna back them anyway.
Exactly.
But as sports fans, we're not stupid. We see it.
Well, thanks to the powers to be now. Even if they came out and said it or the shit was blatantly obvious, even if they came out with an R. Kelly type tape with the bitch getting pissed on and the motherfucking holding the ID like Dave Chappelle skit, it wouldn't matter because there wouldn't be an investigation. There would not be an investigation into it. Not at this point. Nope. So just strap on, fellas, and get ready for the new NFL WWE collaboration.
WWE. Look, I would like to just ask real quick, based on what we were just talking about with the horrible reffing, because we were going to talk about this last week. NBA refs have like a panel / podcast thing going now where they try to defend their bad calls or the attacks that they face from the crowd when they make a bad call.
I mean, a fucking river.
Where do you think that level of transparency will take refereeing? Will there be accountability because of this? They're willing to give transparency and make themselves seem human. Is there going to be accountability from this?
No. I think it's more of they're just trying to show that the refs are human. Like we human, we make mistakes. But okay, I understand that. But bruh, this still your job. You was called up for years of dedication. Bro, we trusting you with your
Making
call,
that many
and you
mistakes.
saying that the only thing I don't agree with saying that the refs make the final call when we see that it was the wrong call. Oh, the
Yeah.
refs are always right. No, not
But it's
always.
not even here's the like the argument for that. These calls that they screw up on, they're not even hard calls. These are easy calls.
Yeah.
They're easy calls, even to the fucking layman fan at home that's a couch coach and potato. They're easy fucking calls. They're not getting like complicated calls where people have to bring the rule book and check this and that and the other thing. No, it's because of how they're deeming language nowadays and trying to make shit so fucking generalized so that they can basically turn the call into an objective, a purely objective POV. And that's across the board with all these
Yeah.
NBA, NFL. Like they're strictly trying to make this shit to where, well, the way I deem it is I feel like it's snowing outside, and you're not going to really tell me any different because that's what I seen. So that's the way it is. Sorry.
But the problem I have with it is when they got to the point of what I watched, the videos that I've watched where they were discussing the level of transparency that replay brings to riffing. And they say that it offers almost too much transparency. It shows under a microscope the human error of refereeing. But my question is would you not want to get the call right? Would you not want to be a better ref at the end of the day? Would you not want that call or the game to be called fairly down the middle, no matter what the call is or what team you like? Like, what was that one ref that was a lifelong Boston fan and he rarely called calls against Boston, and then he got investigated, so he quit or he retired or whatever?
Hey, bro, Tim Donaghy. End of discussion. Tim Donaghy.
Oh,
Yeah.
or just take accountability, and the backlash
Yeah,
won't come
you
back.
got it
to
wrong. You got it wrong. Who
Take
cares?
accountability and say, well, don't sit there and defend the tomfoolery.
Hey, they do it. They do it, and it's cheating in the game when they do this shit. It really is. It's cheating in the games. It's a blight on the sports industry because you may as well just call it sports entertainment now, just like just like wrestling. And the sad part about it,
you gotta do on the wrestlers, man.
I'm just saying, man, like it's sad because the thing is you have a lot of these players that are not in on the take, bro. They're not in on the take, and they see what's going down, but they can't necessarily just come out and say it because think of how
they get fined.
Well, not only it's not just about the fines and not just about okay, yeah, some players came forward, exposed the NFL. It's not about that. It's about the fact of think about something that you've played since a kid and that kids play and they grow up and they put all their time and effort into this sport only to find out from the ones that they look up to that this shit is completely rigged. And no matter how much you put into it, as far as you and your teammates, you may just never win because the cards, the bag may not be in your favor.
You might not be on the right team, and you might not be playing with the right guy.
And that's the reality of why a lot of times they're not probably gonna come out and say this shit, bro. Because if they do, it completely destroys the sanctity of that sport. And it's disturbing to see, but it's not going to come from within. It's going to have to come from people close, people investigating, people, people on the outside that are close enough. But it can't really come from the players themselves, because if it does, like I said, it destroys too much of that particular sports' institution and foundation.
But too, Mike, the only thing that combats that is like as long as I've been watching sports, any kind of sports, it's always been some type of conspiracy with the team that's always winning. Now I can say that every time there's a team that win too much, it got to be a reason why they winning. They just can't be good. But in this
Okay.
case, it's different because we actually see it, like see it so much. But you know, it's always that, like the Patriots, when the Patriots was going on their
Okay,
run,
and I
people
knew you was
like,
fixing to
oh,
say it, and
ain't
everybody
no way that they're good. How they
and
comes to winning?
everybody want to say Deflategate and Spygate, but let's break it down. First of all, Spygate was something that should not have even been brought up because other teams also film practice. At that point in time, other teams were filming practices. How the hell do you think Rex Ryan knew? Because
I
he
wasn't
did the
even talking
same
about that. I'm
shit.
talking about just in
No,
games, just in
but the
games.
whole
Period.
Spygate shit was blown out of proportion to the point where the NFL, after they let everybody believe that it was so illegal and such a wrong thing, and only the Patriots were doing it, then they came out with the apology, the public apology. But by that time, the headlines had already done their damage. Everybody was already made up their fucking public mind and social media that the Patriots were cheating by spying. And then let's take it to Deflategate. Deflategate, where the players of a losing team said the balls were half empty. Not the refs. Not the refs who touch the balls the most and make sure that those balls are inflated. Not anybody else. No, Diddy. See, you know what? You know what?
Say it, bro. I wasn't gonna say it.
Uh,
I wasn't
no, Diddy. But we're talking about the losing team. The accountability
They're
of a
gonna get a
losing
deflate.
team saying, "Oh yeah, we were playing with deflated balls." Bullshit. That shit should have never been fucking entertained. No, Diddy. And
quiet. Shh,
I got to, man. You know what? We
quiet.
talking about footballs, man.
I'm quiet.
You know what I mean?
I'm not saying nothing.
Damn it. I knew I was gonna run into that shit talking about this topic. But anyway, look, check it out. It was some shit that basically should have never been mentioned. And the NFL had to publicly apologize about that shit. And of course, it never got its traction because people already made up their minds about it, even though they were made up their minds with false information. Gee, where have we heard that shit before?
True. Very true.
So
go ahead.
when it comes to KC,
That's right.
yeah, bro, we see literally what they've done against every team. Every fan in the NFL has seen the cheating, even early on when they were like trying to troll each other. You know what I'm saying? You know how fans do each other with certain teams. They'll troll each other. Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't. Blah, 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 blah. When it got down to the end of the season, everybody's like, the fucking Chiefs are cheating. The refs are cheating for them. Nobody's saying shit except the fans, except the literal community of the NFL fan base. And they don't want to hear it. They still don't want to hear it. You've never had this many fans united on a front against a certain team and the refs. Not you're right, since the Patriots. And even then it wasn't this bad. It wasn't this bad. Because you knew Tom Brady at the end of the day was gonna pull some magical shit out of his ass. And that's what everybody banked on. That's what really everybody hated. It wasn't the fact of, oh, they're gonna get the calls. It was the fact of Tom Brady pulling some shit out of his ass once again and making shit happen. And that was that.
Yeah. All right. So we got 1 minute left. Any last comments, remarks, statements, gripes, or parlays that I can steal?
What y'all want on the scores for the Super Bowl?
Super Bowl? I think we gave our scores last week.
Y'all kept from doing that. I think I did. Maybe you did too, but mine
We
did.
gave our scores
One of
last.
y'all was talking about, I gotta hear more information.
I think that was mine. Because I'm pretty sure we gave our scores last week.
We'll
I
blame
want
it
to
on
say we said they would be within 3 or 5 or something like that. We both said the same.
less than 5.
Yeah. I believe that. Yeah, I believe we gave our scores last week.
At or less than 5, should I say?
Yeah. What about you, Black Haven Mom? What you got? What you got before we get out of here? I guess he ain't got nothing. With that being said, y'all make sure y'all follow us, man. CutTheMalarkey.tv on all platforms. Of course, you can catch the replays of Cut the Malarkey Sports on your favorite podcast app. I'm D-Terrell217.
Skyline, baby.
On the right of your screen, Mike Benson. Y'all make sure y'all follow all of us as well. Follow Mike Benson on Facebook so he can keep you entertained throughout the day with all the news you didn't know that your ass needed.
All the news. I cover a wide range of topics.
Yes, indeed. Oh, man. So y'all already know what it is. Y'all catch us next Wednesday, 8 p.m., wherever you're watching, whether that be YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. We did not stream today on TikTok, but we just might do that again next week.
How come we didn't do it today? We should do it today.
Because we said we were going to try to figure out how to do the full video on the I didn't have enough time to do it. But hey, next week, wouldn't put it past us. But next Wednesday, y'all stay locked in, and y'all enjoy the Super Bowl, man. We'll reconvene on Wednesday, see how many calls it was.
Cut the Malarkey Sports.